Mhm. And we are live. Hello, everyone, and what a wonderful Friday it turned out to be. Uh, we're here in Virginia. We never know what the weather is going to be. It's say one thing, but it's another, but it's absolutely gorgeous out today. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We have a phenomenal show today with no other than Queen, yes, Queen, Queen Mary
Queen.
Hill, Queen Mary Hill and her daughter. Well, now, hold on. Queen Mary Hill,
Marie,
now, Marie Hill, now 101 years old. Okay.
101 years
To
old.
God be all the glory.
You're 101 years
101
old,
years
Mama.
old.
I'm having one.
Shake your hands.
101.
Wave
Yes.
your hands, Mama,
Yes.
in the air.
Yes.
Yay.
That's it. I tell you,
Put a
God
ring
is
on it.
good.
Put a ring
God
on
is good all the time. And her daughter, Mary Hill, which is her caregiver. So we're going to start.
it.
We're just going
Okay,
to
Mama.
jump in, y'all. We're going to jump in because we started a little late. 'Cause it was a when you haven't used StreamYard yet, which Mary haven't used. We had to do some little technical stuff.
Yes.
Okay, y'all know how this tech stuff is. So let's get right on in. So Mary,
Yes.
I want you to introduce. I'm not going to do it. I want you to introduce yourself first. Wait a minute. Let me start here. So let me tell y'all how I met this beautiful family here. So 2014, I started Kelly's Choice, and Marie and Mary both knew of saw the flyer and the information. The last day, Mary called me. The day of, Mary called me and wanted to know if it was too late, so forth. Of course, I wasn't going to tell them no. I still do those things, and my husband and team member be like, Edwina, and I'm like, I can't do that, no. So anyway, I'm so glad I didn't with them because we've been connected and friends ever
Every
since,
time.
literally.
Yeah.
So they came to the event because Marie said, no, let's go. Call her and let's go. That's what Mama Marie said. Let's
Exactly.
go. And that year was a wonderful year for even Miss Marie because she got her high school, GED.
GED.
She
She
got
said
her
about you got your
GED.
GED,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. I tell you, so it was so phenomenal to just meet them personally and just do a great recognition of Miss Marie, during the gala in reference to her getting her GED.
Yes.
Come on, sometimes when we think it's too late for things because we get older or whatever, and you hear the things and the words and the messages and the quotes, it's never too late. If you're
Never.
still living and alive, it's never too late. Start
Never too
it,
late.
do it, go for it. You just never know if you don't do it. So again, congratulations to Miss Marie on getting her GED at 94.
93.
93. I was close. I always remember at
She
93, y'all. 93. She's 104 now. I mean, 101 years old. So we just congratulate you, Miss Marie, for just taking that step, going after your
Congratulations,
GED.
Mama.
We know in your
Get your
days,
GED.
yeah. And Mary. So let me say a little bit about Mary. Um, just just alone the sacrifice we make as caregivers to take care of our loved ones. People don't know the behind the scenes. People don't know the true journey. People just know what they see.
Mhm.
Okay. But there comes a lot with caring for someone, especially as it comes along the line. Like this is something that grew into Mary's life. My daughter was born with a disability, so I was her mom and caregiver from the beginning. Okay, she's now 36, be 37 in December. So for Mary to have done so much because her mama did it for her. Now it's her turn to do it for her mama. She stepped up to be her mama's caregiver and been doing it how many years, Mary?
Since 1999, full
Y'all,
time.
y'all hear that? 1999.
99. My father
Mhm.
passed away. A transition, I should say. And I relocated back home from Richmond, but I was always back and forth. But permanently 99. Yep, been
So
here.
go ahead.
Yeah, 1999. I relocated and when after my father transitioned, because my father would always tell, would always we would be out, doing something or mind on something else, but he would, just look up at us sometime and even me and my siblings and was like, no matter what, you look out for your mama. No matter what, you look out for your mama. So, that basically entered into our subconscious mind, or I can speak of for myself. And and so my mom has always been where I watched her and her siblings, as well as my father and his siblings, take care of their parents until they had transitioned. So it was
Mhm.
like I didn't know any different. It was like this is what I'm supposed to do. So
Wow.
and it's been a journey ever since. It has
Yes,
not been a
yes,
dull moment.
yes.
My mom has taught me um, to be an activist,
Mhm.
to stay focused, and to always serve. It's like, what is your purpose today? What's our plan today? What's on
Mhm.
the agenda for today? And she's been saying that every morning. Sometimes I have to tell her nothing. I'm tired. I gotta get some rest.
Oh
Just like,
God.
yeah, even this morning, she's like, what's our plan for the day, right, Mom?
Yeah.
You're
What's
like,
that
what's on the
position?
agenda for the day?
Uh-huh.
So, and it's been, I've grown and continue to grow. There's always something new that she's teaching me.
Right.
Uh, and even with this campaign, and us campaigning for Karima Lockwood for school board, and we also campaigning for Elaine Lurie and Tyrone Riddick. And so, she says we got work to do. Actually,
Yeah.
this week we've been out till dark. Sometime we get home 9 o'clock at night because we riding out putting out campaign signs.
Right,
She's like,
right.
did you get that street? Did you get that street? I said, it's cold out here, it's dark, I'm ready to go home.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes. And we do phone banking, and so it's amazing, the value that my mother believes
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
us taking, not taking it lightly, our exercising our right to vote. Yeah.
Right, right.
She's got her hands
Uh,
raised up. She does that like she in the classroom. What you guys say, Mama?
Listen, I got to say that my weakness is that be positive
Be
and
positive.
not
Positive.
negative. Because if you are negative, you fall for anything. But if you're positive, you stay there for what?
Hmm.
Be
She
positive.
says
Because
that's one of her daily readings. Because my mother, she has a TikTok page and she has like over 54,000
Queen
followers.
Marie, y'all.
Queen Marie Hill 100. And so she has daily readings. Even when I had her on my TikTok page, on my Facebook page, and someone gave her this calendar that has inspirational messages for every day of the year. So my mom would get on there because she loves watching social media and she loves listening to Black News Network, like what's her name, Vicky, uh, which is one of the she goes on and does a lot of news about Black media and stuff. And
Mm.
so someone gave my mother this thumbs up for getting here.
Oh, that's
Thumbs
where she
up,
get that
thumbs up.
from. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she was on my Facebook page like all the time and giving these inspirational readings. And so someone said, well, Mary, you should give her own page. So I gave her own page. And then someone said, a friend of mine said, well, you should give her a TikTok page. So I did. And so she's got like 54,000 followers. And really, my Facebook page, people really just didn't really care about what I was into anymore. They were like, what's Mother Hill doing today?
Mhm.
She didn't come on today, or what she's got new for today? What's the word for today? And so because they was like, Mary, you're okay, but we want to know what Mama doing, what
Right,
she's up
right.
to today. So I went ahead and set up her Facebook page and her TikTok page, and it's been growing ever since. And she's continues to inspire not just only me, but people that we know and we don't know. And it's been a journey. It's been real true journey, that I'm blessed to have this experience with my mom. Yeah.
Yeah, so in reference to that, I want to say that your mom now 101 years old, and you've been with your mom since 99, and the the thought of being with her and collecting information from history, because a lot of
Mhm.
people miss that. They
Yeah.
miss it.
Yeah.
Like my grandmother passed at 95. And I would ask certain questions, but it was still some questions I realized, dang, I didn't ask her this and that, you
Yeah.
know. But me growing up, being 57 now, and my grandmother lived until 95, she probably would have lived longer if she didn't have she would have lived longer if she didn't have that stroke at
Mhm.
95, and, just didn't get recover from it because she was driving to the store, she was,
Mhm.
going down the street to the store, going to the bank, still getting
Mhm.
up, doing everything for herself, but that stroke, she just never recovered from it. But
Right.
it was still some things that I didn't get. But what I did grow up around was the outhouse. The outhouse. My grandmother had a furnace. We was out there
Mhm.
chopping wood. So some of those things that I did get to experience in her older home until they just renovated a little bit and added some more. It's something that I do get to share and do get to talk about with my children.
Mhm.
And the dirt road. It was a dirt road before they built concrete.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
so I got to
Exactly.
see a lot of those things, and we as kids was always outside running around and playing, and
Mhm.
doing all these different types of things. So you to be able to still be with your mom at 101 years old, that's a true blessing, and you still get to learn more information that you want. And the
Yeah.
fact to see that she still want to go in the community and do those things that she used to do when in her younger days, but got you doing it now and making sure you get up so y'all can get
Yeah.
out there and do that.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. How do you feel about your mom? I mean, how was your reaction? I guess because you living in it every day, but for someone on the outside looking in, what would you? How would you say? Okay, you talked about your everyday, but how would you say that? I can't get my words together. How was it capable of you to continue on with this journey every day? Find things for your mother to do every day to keep her active, to keep her going. How were you able to just continue on every day with this? Because you made a lot of sacrifices. You gave
Yeah.
up a lot to be here.
Yeah. Well, actually, when I moved back home, I saw that there was a need in our village, and that there was, and we were being encroached by upscale development. Some people today now say that we're considered a environmental justice community, or we're being gentrified. And I saw that back then. I saw
Mhm.
that there was a slow process.
Mm.
So I knew that my mother, marched along with Dr. Martin Luther King, and she's always been a civil rights activist. And so I had shared with my mom and some of the elders that they've transitioned on. But back then, when I moved back home, I had shared with my mom. I said, "Well, I want to get involved, with being an activist. I see that there's a need, and so I had really, even before, even in combination with that, um, I had started doing my genealogy.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, yeah, I'm a seventh generation here. And
Oh,
as a result of my mother and all this wealth of knowledge that she's
yes.
got in this brain, and some of the elders, um, they shared a lot of history with me. But before they shared that, um, I had told them, I want to be involved as an activist.
Mm-hmm.
And they got together. It was about maybe 20 or 30 of them, and they dressed up and lipstick and everything. They was like, well, Mary wants to know about, and so, but then they got together to tell me that I needed to go pray. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I need to go pray. They said, because you got to be willing to never give up. You got to be
Oh,
willing to go to jail. And you got to be willing to die, because those are the things that they did. You know,
oh,
you want to really be an activist, and you want to preserve the history and heritage here. And so I said, okay. And it took me about a couple of months to pray on that thing, because I'm like,
yeah.
I said, I'll be willing to never give up. I'll be willing to, go to jail, but die. So let me, they said, yeah, don't answer us now. You pray on this thing. And that's what I did. And, I prayed and pondered, and God, revealed to me that this is your not just your purpose for coming to be a caregiver to your mother, but he had another assignment for me. And so, and that's when the real journey began. And so with my mother and some of the elders, we would spend like countless hours where they would show me, artifacts and deeds, and they would even, say, well, let's go to the clerk's office. And we would go to the clerk's office, and we would research deeds that, didn't go back as far as 1866, but we were able to trace our existence here back as far as the clerk office went. Unfortunately,
Wow.
prior to that, there was a fire, because
Mm-hmm.
every house had a fire. And so then we drove, they said, well, there's got to be other places that we can, do research. And so I had a friend of mine who was a genealogist, a Mormon,
Mm-hmm.
and who are very, advocates for education and family genealogy.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were able to trace our roots in our cemetery going back 7 generations. And then we took a trip to the Virginia Library in Richmond and spent the entire day, my mother and a couple of the other elders. And we found a lot of information on our legacy and our heritage here, and how long we have been here. And so on the land
Wow.
that we live on now, um, my great great grandfather, we were able to find where the first home that that he built was built in 1754. And
Wow.
so, yeah. And so I've been, it's like my mother's like, what's next? What's next? What's next? And
What's
so I,
next?
yeah, I used to take my mom to city council to speak. Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
yeah, she wouldn't have no notes. And me, when I'm thinking about speaking, so she said, "Are you going to speak?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "Do you want to speak?" She said, "Yeah, I got something to say." Because see, we still had outhouses in our village here back in 2000 and 10,
Mm-hmm.
2005. We still had people that were using outhouses. And so my mother would go to city council and she would speak, and she wouldn't have no notes. And I take me about 3, 4 days to write my nose, get my nerves up. So I said, Mom, ain't you gonna write your stuff down? She said, No, I got my stuff right up here. I know what I'm gonna say. And she goes up there and speak, don't miss a beat. She captivates everybody's attention. And it's like,
Wow.
so yeah. I'm like, and my mother, she until they now have those people that did have outhouses no longer have them. They have bathrooms now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if it wasn't for the pandemic, we would be in city council every meeting now. But because of the pandemic, I don't take her really into public buildings and stuff.
Right,
So,
right.
um, but we still find means of, or she still find a way to keep me busy, because we got social media. Then she got a
Yeah,
TikTok page, and we still ride out and we gauge in things that maybe are in an outdoor setting. And
right,
my
right.
mama got something to say. Go ahead, mama.
You have to be positive and not negative. But if you are negative, you fall for anything. But uh, if you put your, if you put your part positive,
Hmm.
you will stand.
You will stand.
You understand?
Yes. So it's
If
like,
you gotta stay positive. If you're negative, you'll fall for anything.
things. And that if you stay positive, you'll stay. So, it's like every morning, it's some things I've seen that my mother used to could do when I first moved back home. She, needs more supervision.
Right.
But my mother, um, she still gets up in the middle of the night. She'll wake me up saying I got to use the bathroom.
Okay.
She still gets up to use the bathroom. She may not make it, and that's okay because I don't want to cath her. But if she still has that, that tenacity, that,
You don't want to take it away from her.
no.
Right.
Mm-mm. And
Right.
so she still gets up, use the bathroom, and it'd be 2, 3 times sometimes. I'm like, Mama, you just use the bathroom. Then look, sometimes I'll stay up, once I get her, retire her for the night, wash her up and everything, and she get into bed, and I stay up, do my little self-care and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and I know my mama, I can see her eyes open, right? I said, Why ain't you sleep? And so she won't say
Mm-hmm.
nothing, but I know she woke. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll get into, because I sleep at the foot of my bed, my mom's bed.
Mm-hmm.
I sleep on a cot. I've been sleeping on this cot for a minute. And and so and I'll get comfortable and I go into a deep sleep. She'll say, "Man," I said, I know that ain't my mama calling me. She said, I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta be. I said, Mama, I know you watch me get in this bed. I know you saw me get comfortable and snugged up,
Oh God.
girl. And then she said, No, I didn't. I ain't see you. I ain't see you come here. I said, Okay, let's get up. Let's just,
Yeah. See,
and
that's
she
that's
has a good appetite.
oh, that's good.
Oh, my mama got long guts, girl.
You
My
said
dad,
long.
yeah, girl. My mom, then daddy say you used to have, then daddy used to say you had long guts.
But he meant you.
Oh
Mama
God.
said, not me. He talking about you.
Look, my daddy told me, he said, if you want to get along with your mama, feed her. If you stop feeding her, you go ahead and leave town. Cause that's with all her. He said, as long as you feed her, you'll get along just fine. Yes, for
So
real.
beautiful,
But
so beautiful. Like just
yeah, but
it's just so
it's a
beautiful.
full-time job though.
Yes, yes,
It's full
yes,
time,
yeah.
because it's like in the morning, I get her up, we wash her up, and
Hmm.
she don't want to keep no gown on. She want to be fully clothed, even if we don't go anywhere. She's like, I want to put some clothes on. Okay.
Okay, okay. Mama said,
Yeah.
listen, I'm gonna get dressed.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Yes, she wants some clothes on. And then from there it's breakfast, then me. Then by that time it's me, then it's lunch,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, and then by the time we lunch, she's like, well, what are we doing today? Where are we going today? I said, going, where we go? We got signs out, we got campaign to do, we got to do this,
That's so
I was like,
funny.
Lord have mercy. Yes.
Mama
So
said, keep me youthful. Keep
yes,
me youthful. That's what she's saying. Keep me youthful. Why I
yeah.
can't keep going, let me keep going. This
She
has been
wants
such a
to go.
pleasure to know y'all, and
And same here.
yeah,
Same here. And
yes,
there's
and
so many people like you, and what you do for Kelly that inspires and motivates me to I can do this. Only thing that I get a little, like I see myself, I'm 62 years old, so it's been 22 years I've been taking care of my mom, right? So I'm
mhm.
getting older, right? So
Yeah,
it's like, even when look, one night I had pulled that cot out, and you got the front, you got the bars underneath to pull it out to prop it up,
yeah,
and then at the foot you pull it out to prop the foot up, right?
hmm,
And I bought an egg crate to give myself some cushion.
right,
And so one night I had pulled the cot out and pulled the bars underneath the head, but it didn't click all the way.
hmm,
So instead of me standing up to turn around to pull it, I
hmm.
still was like kind of sitting on the bed. And I just kind of propped myself up and I lost my balance, girl. My finger got caught. And if it had not been for my nail, I probably would have lost the tip of my finger. So all I could think
Ooh,
of, my mama was in the bed right when this was happening. And I'm like, oh God, I'm bleeding. Please, God, please don't let me have to go to the emergency room. Please, God, don't let me have to go to the emergency room. So I made a couple of phone calls, right? And I put pressure on it, cleaned it up, put an ice pack on it, and
yeah,
band-aid it. So that kind of like, wow, if I had to have gone to the emergency room, my mom is here, then, it's like, okay, you know, if the people that I call, they're gonna be like ready to like jump in and come because I may have to, go in to the ER, but pray
right,
by God's grace, I didn't have to. So I
yeah,
think about that, you know what I mean? And I really
yeah,
think about that more now than ever because it's like when I first started being a caregiver to my mom, it was like I'm bionic woman, right? I say,
uh,
and when you find that it's a passion, you don't find that it's work, or
so
it's a
tell people,
challenge.
how do you find out it's a passion?
It's a passion because if you have that love, if you have that unconditional, love for your loved one, um, and sacrifice,
Hmm.
you
That's
willing
what.
to make those sacrifices,
Yeah.
and change priorities, right? So my mom is
Mm,
my first priority.
mm,
And that's and it's a passion. It's like I enjoy, because I'm learning. She's still, you know, I'm even though I'm 62 years old, she's 101. She still is sharing things with me
with
that I
you,
didn't
yes,
know.
which is awesome. This is when you continue to get information. All of
Yes.
that wisdom from back in her days. You
Yes.
get all that wisdom and history and knowledge of things you could share. And I think it's just awesome. And it's just a blessing to
Mhm.
still have your mom. Mary, your mom is 101. How do you feel? Like, I mean, gosh.
It's like it's amazing. And then at the same token, it's like, well, if you're 101, you can make it to 102. I
Okay.
mean, since we've been on social media, we have met people that are older than my mom. there's one lady that's, and one is 96, and then there's another lady that we befriended on TikTok, and her granddaughter, and her grandmother is going to be 105 next month, and her mind is sharper than my mom's, and she still gets around and walks in her home. She still lives in her home, and,
Wow.
I mean, and she walks around with a walker. I mean, her mind is sharp, is attack, is amazing, and she'll be 105 next month. And so, when I think about more so when I think about my mom being 101 years old, it 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 really connects me more biblically,
Mhm. Mhm.
because during the biblical days, they lived to be as old as, how old was, they said, was Moses. I mean, he was like 100 and what, 50 or something. They lived to be, and I believe that, with all the, the environment and the food that we eat and stuff, I believe that we can live as long as that as well. Because, like, with my mom,
Right.
she doesn't eat pork. I said my mom had more health issues because of what she was eating.
Mm.
My mother used to get shots because of, like, arthritis in her knee and in
Okay.
her shoulder, right, Mama?
Yeah.
And so when I took away her eating pork, red meat, and she does not drink milk at all,
Mhm.
my mother has no complaints anymore about
Mm.
her knees and her
Wow.
shoulder, and she hasn't gotten a shot in what, how many years, 15 or so years. I said, you don't get those shots in your
Oh,
shoulder
yeah.
and in your
Okay.
knees anymore. And some of the meds that she was on, she's no longer on anymore. They had identified my mom as a diabetic, and she was on, she was never on insulin, but she was on the pill.
Mhm.
Changed the way what she was eating.
Mhm.
Her sugar was, controlled by her diet. So her doctor had to
Yeah.
take her off. And then
Okay.
she had issue with her cholesterol,
Mm.
and she was on cholesterol medicine, but because of her, not that she's on a diet to lose weight, but she's on, more of a nutritional and conscious of what she's eating. And so she was on this medicine to control her cholesterol. And
Okay.
now that her diet is controlling that, she's no longer on
On the
cholesterol.
cholesterol. Mm. That's how they say you change your diet, you can
And
get off a lot of these medications.
that,
Hmm.
that man, to I get them once and I get a pat every year.
She said she gets her diabetic shoes of one pair every year. She makes
I
sure
know that, Mama Marie. I know that. I'm gonna get what I listen. They say they're gonna give it to me. I'm gonna go get it. Okay.
yeah.
Keep looking cute.
The shoes is 100
Keep looking cute because Mary sure have you looking cute. That's for sure. She
She,
definitely take care of you. Good care of you.
yes. I mean,
So
she tell
Tanya
me what she
said, "Hey, beautiful ladies. Tanya Shadley here. Mother is wearing that pink bow and magic earrings. I love it.
They said they love your rose in your hair and your earrings. Yeah, she got her nails polished.
And
See,
them
but
nails.
see, people think that I decide on what to put on my mom day to day. It's not me, it's her.
Okay.
It's like, well, I want to put this on, and I'm gonna put this on. Because sometimes I said, well, I'm gonna put this on. She said, no, I want to put that on. I want to put that on. And look, and just like that, a couple of weeks ago, my mom's grandson visited us, and so my mother told him she wanted a long sleeve white blouse. So now he cashed out me and sent me money to buy her a child, and then she wants her some new bras. So I got to get these bras for her. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. She tells me, mm-hmm.
Well, on your TikTok, you could go on TikTok and create a Amazon list of things put in there
Oh
of things
really?
that, yeah, go in there and create a link and you can make a list of things that your mother desire, may need, or want, and her
Okay.
followers will click on that link and get those things and send it to you all.
Okay, great.
Yep.
They've been cash apping mama. I mean,
Yeah.
some of them they've sent her jewelry. They
Hmm.
sent her all these kinds of jewelry with earrings to match and stuff. So but I feel really blessed,
Yeah.
because there have been resources that have helped me. I didn't do it by myself.
Yeah.
There have
Yeah.
been words of encouragement, just like
Yeah.
yourself, and then resources that we share with each other. And
Yeah.
so my mother, like her healthcare coordinator with Aetna, oh my
Hmm.
God, a God sent. And
Wow.
then my mother has, yeah, she has two healthcare coordinators, and then she has another coordinator with Moms in Motion, Nicole. I'm telling you, it's like they share this information, because they're in this, providing these services every day as a part of their
Hmm.
job. And I'm so blessed that they are not selfish,
Right.
to
Right.
share that wealth of resources. I mean, even with my mom, I was able to fortunately get a Vitamix, which is very expensive.
Oh, you got one of them machines. Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
because her neurologist recommended that I get a Vitamix because I've had a NutriBullet. I've
Hmm.
had another blender that,
Hmm.
because my mom is registered with Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia. They
Okay.
are a jewel to my mom in terms of helping her energy, fuel assistant, even with this Vitamix, even with the blender. They went out and bought her a blender because I
Hmm.
needed to kind of parade my mom food a little more,
Okay.
because
Okay.
as she get older, she doesn't digest
Well, as she used to. Right. Right.
right.
Okay.
So, but that started not to work, in terms of really kind of making it soft. It would make it like a little spine diced up. But
Mm.
then her neurologist recommended a Vitamix, and I was like, when I priced them, I'm like, how am I going to afford this? Like $700, $800, even more, right?
Yeah,
So
things
I called the
expensive.
corporate office, Vitamix, and I told them about my mom being 101. So they said, well, we'll be willing to discount and give you a little extra. And they discounted like 30%. And
Okay.
then senior services donated like $200. And then
Okay.
all I had to do was add the rest, which was
Oh,
a big yes.
that
Yeah,
took a big chunk off. That's good. That's good.
exactly. And I mean,
Hello,
and just
Margaret.
uh,
Margaret said hello.
hi, Margaret. So yeah, I mean, even you'd be surprised that even businesses like Walmart and Lowe's and Home Depot, when they hear about my mom, being 101,
Hmm.
just like her last birthday, um, and even before that, remember with your birthday, that my mother had a refrigerator. Now, see, my mama is an old shoe, and people call me an old shoe. But my mama is. Remember how we used to call you pack rat?
Yeah.
I said my mama don't
Exactly.
want to throw away nothing, want to save everything, girl. And so my mother had a refrigerator up until last year that she had. There was the first. My mom, I think, was the first one to buy those refrigerators. Close your mouth, mama. Close your mouth. Buy one of those refrigerators with the double doors.
Uh-huh.
My mother had that refrigerator ever since I was in high school. I'm telling you. And if you looked at it, you would have thought that, wow, this still looks good, but it just didn't freeze no more.
It
I
ain't
said,
free.
look, mama,
It done had
girl,
its
I said, this
time.
this refrigerator is not freezing.
Yeah.
It's time to let this go.
Yeah.
Kiss
Yeah.
and say goodbye. You know? And she was
Did
like,
you
that's
actually
all
get
right.
rid of it, or did you put it aside?
Huh? Oh
I said,
shoot. Look, girl, she would have saved it. I said, Mama, we're gonna donate this to somebody. Maybe they can refurbish it. I'm gonna let
okay.
the DAV come and get it, right? Because
Okay.
I'm like, And then people was like, Miss Hill, this ain't gonna freeze no more. You done had antifreeze added to this thing. I don't know how many times. And
That's funny. That's
so I
funny.
had called Lowe's, and
Mm-hmm.
they heard about my mom. The vice president of operation or marketing heard about my mom,
Mm-hmm.
girl, and that how long she had that refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
And we went window shopping. This was before the pandemic. And
Mm-hmm.
Mama, you have to set your mind on getting a refrigerator because the food is not keeping. So I took her out and window shopping. And you know what she picked out, right? She picked out the Samsung with the hub. That you got the computer and the
Got the
touch.
computer on it. Okay, mother, I'm not mad at you. Listen, what they say, go big or go home. You gonna go big and go home with it, right?
And so I was like, Mom, this refrigerator is very expensive. So I called Lowe's. Fast forward, girl, they did like a 3-in-1, right? They did a 3-in-1, and with the
Stove, refrigerator, and dishwasher.
no, the range, the refrigerator, the hub now, the Samsung range, and the microwave
All on the top of the
oven over
range.
top. Yes.
Okay.
And so I said, well, what you gonna get? You
Queenie.
must
They'll
be.
call you Queen for nothing, but go ahead, Mary.
And I said, you must be getting ready to go. You getting ready to get a job, right? Because it's time for you to go back to work. And when she never worked, we were fortunate where my dad, my mom didn't have to work,
Yeah.
and so when you said village to take a village to raise a child, we always had family here to watch out for us. We didn't have
Mhm.
babysitters. It was our aunt or our uncle or somebody in the village that would look out for us if somebody
Yeah.
had to go somewhere. But going back to the three appliances, when my mom had her drive-by birthday,
Mhm.
the money that she got from that was about, I think she got like about $3,000 from that drive-by.
Oh, I was late, Mama Marie, but I did come back.
And we used that money, and the Lowe's, the refrigerator itself was almost that.
Right, them things expensive.
But
Like
they
that.
discounted it and let us buy all three for that, what my mom got from her birthday.
And
Wow.
what kind
And
of
we had the
food is
stove just
that?
as long as the
Now,
refrigerator. Huh?
tell me what kind of food you got there?
What kind do we have?
Uh,
Would you tell her what kind you got?
I got a talking refrigerator.
She
You
got
got a
a
talking
talking.
refrigerator.
Yeah.
Listen, I wish I had a talking refrigerator.
I got a $2,000 refrigerator.
Yeah.
You loving that refrigerator, Mama Marie. I know that's right.
Yes.
And
She
ain't
said
nothing
tap
wrong with
on it and
that.
find out what the weather gonna be like.
Yeah.
Just push the button, right? Tap.
Tap. Yes. Yes. I'm telling you.
Hello,
So
hello, Anetha. Anetha said hello.
hello.
Afternoon. So, Glenda, a a memory came up, and y'all know I love my memories. Okay, right? So a memory came up just this week, I believe, or early part last week, latter part of last week, in reference to something Glenda wrote about how she started being a caregiver. And that's a little bit
I
about you and
know
the
never
sacrifices
talking.
because
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Mama. So what? Go ahead. Hmm? She's talking right now, Mama.
no, go
What?
ahead, finish talk. Go ahead.
What?
We're going to get some lunch.
She ready to eat.
Oh,
Tell me. Say, Mary gonna talk your ears off, but we that's how
well, Mama Marie,
it goes.
we got started a little late because
We
we
got
had to get
started
our
a little
food.
late, but we're gonna get something to eat.
All right.
I told you. She
Mama said,
ain't
all
there.
right.
Oh, so you got more time.
Yeah, a little bit more time to talk. Don't you have some more to say? All of Facebook watching you.
Oh, yes. Oh, Lord.
Tell them to get out
Listen,
and
give
vote.
her the camera and that's it, right?
And that's it. She loved the
Because
camera. But what were you saying about Glenda?
so she it was a message she wrote a while ago, and I posted because it's about sacrifices. It's what keeps me driving. And even though I stepped back for a little bit, but here seeing y'all and seeing other mommies and going through the pandemic and talking to, I got a group that I have, and just talking to and listening to mommies and other people in reference to the pandemic and in reference to the sacrifices they make and in reference to the back behind the scenes that people don't know about,
Hmm.
because you can't put everything out because everything
Hmm.
is not for everybody, and everybody go through things their own in their own way. So Glenda, her sacrifice was she gave up everything. She gave up her home. She gave
Hmm.
up her career. She gave up a lot of things to become a caregiver to first her sister, her mom, then her mom. And she recently she lost her mom a few years ago. And it's just this is what drives me. And I keep looking at these things and looking, and I was like, you got to go back. You got to go back and you got to finish doing what you were doing, because it was about the caregivers and it's about the disability community because of my daughter. Had I not had my daughter, more than likely I would not be doing this,
Hmm.
because I probably wouldn't know. I probably wouldn't know because of my grandmother, but I probably wouldn't be doing this as long as I've had 2014 when I started, if it wasn't for Kelly. Well, and if it
Hmm.
wasn't for the dream that God gave me, because it was a dream that God
Yeah.
gave me for Kelly's choice and everything falling behind it. So it comes with sacrifices. Like you said, you left your home in Richmond and moved here so you could take care of your mom, and you've been doing it ever since. That's sacrifice. That's a huge sacrifice
And I have
because
no regrets.
yeah,
No
right.
regrets.
See, that's what people need to know,
No.
because uh, society don't understand this if you've never been in it. But
Hmm.
the community grows day by day. An elderly mom, a sick mom or dad, and there's so many men out there that I'm trying to reach the men, and I've been trying. The men won't stand up. It's the man thing, and but they should receive just as much honoring and accolades as anybody else do, because it's a man. It's a video I just recently shared again about this man that was taking care of his mom, and it's I don't know. It's this community. It just really had my heart,
Yeah.
and it just from my experience alone. I don't share everything either, and there's a lot behind the scene that people don't know in my
Yeah.
life. Being a caregiver to Kelly.
Right.
She's 37 and she needs total care. She can't get
Yeah.
up during the
Yeah.
day, anytime and feed herself. She can't even get out of bed. Well, she
Mhm.
did
Yeah.
fall out of bed one time and came and knocked at my door. She crawled out of bed and came and got in that recliner chair.
I remember that. I saw that. I remember you
I,
told about that.
I
Yeah.
went live on that. I was like, I can't lie about these things. And I said, I'm going to put her on live because I was
Like,
talking to my daughter and I thought it was somebody coming down my hall. But I'm thinking, I said, Ebony, I'm whispering in the phone, somebody coming down my
mhm,
hall. I'm going to hang up,
mhm.
call you on Duo, and we're going to look together. And I said, I'm
Mhm.
going to put the phone out in the hallway so we can see this together. And
Is
it
that
was Kelly. It was
Well,
Kelly
you
that crawled out her bed.
This is one good thing. Tell them to get out and vote.
Get out and
A
vote.
vote means power.
vote means power.
Voting is
She's
power.
in campaign mode. I told you, see, this is what we
Well,
look, this was our this is what we were working. This is what she decided we were gonna wear today. She's in campaign mode. She got
because
she
she's
got that.
used to it, and they taught you,
Yeah, and
you
it's
know.
very yeah, it's a value, I was even asking her earlier today, how old were you when you first voted? And she said 17. And
Oh,
she remembered where she went to vote. I said, well, when you voted back then, was it a separate line for black people to cast their vote, like white people, like the
Uh-huh.
water fountain, for black and white? And she said,
mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Ooh,
hmm yeah. So
interesting, right?
yeah, but I resonate with you when it comes to men. But I tell you, my mother had 9 children,
Yeah.
and my oldest brother is deceased. But I tell you, I got a brother, girl, and this pandemic, just put a damper. But he would come home, you know, like sometimes once a month, or try as often as he could, and I
Hmm.
would look forward to, girl. I could look. My brother Juke, I call him Juke. He don't want nobody to call him Juke, but I still call him. I said, look, everybody got a nickname. I
Right,
said,
right.
that's a great name. I said, look, at people went on being millionaires. Look at Magic Johnson. I'm like, look, all I know is Juki. That's all. Look, but his
Right.
real name is Julius. Julius.
Hmm.
But girl, you talking about amazing. I can leave my brother with my mama, girl, and you would have thought I was still here. But
Wow.
he did not have any reservations taking her to the bathroom, cleaning her up. Huh? My mother would go to the bathroom, and I mean, he cleaned her up just as good as I did.
Right.
Yes.
Wow. Man,
Just
yes.
as patient. I mean, my brother, I got another brother, June, that's good with her, but he's kind of older now. He's in his 80s, but he would come and sit with my mom. But look, he would have more conversation with the TV than with my mama. I ain't never seen nobody talk to the TV. He watched right and all this stuff, and he do more talking to the TV. And my mom would be sitting back showing all her gums, laughing. But my brother, he lives in
Oh,
Columbia, South Carolina. But girl, I could go out and just, and I wouldn't have a worry in the world. I mean, he come and cut the grass, do this. But then when it came to like just hands on with my mother, I mean, you talk about men. I'm like, I would tell you, he was spot on. And I mean,
wow.
I ain't even have to tell him, I just said, well, okay, this is here, this is there. He ain't question like, well, I know, because sometimes you have siblings like, well, how you know? You ain't been here. I got to tell
Right,
you, this is
right.
what you got, this is it. But him, he was like, oh, okay, okay. And I'm telling you. And then me and his 2 girls, my nieces, we'll go out, go to the movies and whatever,
Mhm.
because as a caregiver, you learn how to adjust. And when people say I don't have a social life, I do have a social life. It's just my mother is a part of that, and I have to, do things that, where I can engage her.
Mhm.
She brings suggestions too. And I'm like, well, those are some things that I probably never would have experienced, just like meeting you, right?
Right,
Or
right,
missed out on, being a caregiver, or some
right,
of the
right.
things that she would say, because she says the way you can grow and learn is by going out and seeing what others do, you know. And some of the people that I have met, being a caregiver to my mom, I would have never met. And even that people that knew that my mother knew,
Mhm.
it was like, wow, And so I mean, I just feel blessed, and so, I have a social life every morning when I wake up
Okay.
with her, it's like it's entertaining, it's
Right.
entertaining, and at the same time being a caregiver. So, and I'm not saying that stress don't come with it,
Right. Come on now.
tired, but
Okay.
you get back up, the next day,
Mhm.
be energized, and like my mom said, keep it moving. Just it's like,
You said something that was very important. I do have a social life. I just take my mother along with me. That was some powerful words right there.
thank you.
That's me most of the time. I do. I take Kelly
Yeah,
along with me. A lot of places
yeah,
I'm rolling her right on in there with me. You
exactly,
know. And
exactly.
lately, I've been trying to learn balance and self care, and so I won't
Mm,
get burned out. You know. So I have to do certain things for myself. Like every week for the past 6 weeks now, I've been taking one day, and I drive to Maryland, and
mhm,
it's been good. But I have some silent prayers as I
mhm,
decide to take that road though, that trip though.
mhm,
You know,
mhm.
so um, but I don't
It's
mind. I don't mind. It's God
exactly.
gave her to me,
Yes,
and I just take care of her.
exactly. And see, and for me now, even when if I go out like and visit friends of mine,
Mm-hmm.
they'll look at me like they'll go look out the door and say, where your mama at?
When your mom,
Girl, I went to a Christmas party one time, a dinner,
anybody
and it
will
was
sit up there
and
wonder.
it was too cool for me to bring my mama out. Girl, I felt so uncomfortable because they kept looking at me like, don't ever do that again. Don't tell me if you don't you bring your mama, don't bother to come.
Oh
They
my
be like, they like, when your I mean, they said it out of love, but they were really kind of serious. They were like, where's your mama? Don't no. Uh-uh. Where's mama here?
That is
I
funny.
mean, they be like, you okay, Mary, but where's mama at? you know. So
That's how it is. When they so used to it, it's
they
like,
so used to, yeah, when we see one, you see the other. And they're like, where's mama? Is she okay? What huh? Yeah, they're like, yep.
wow.
And then when they do see us, they say, okay, oh, those are the Eminem girls. Here they come.
The
Girl,
Eminem, Mary and Marie.
before the pandemic, girl, it would be so funny because we would go up to City Hall, right? And they'll see me and my mama, and they'll say, "Oh, they'll go tell people that Mary and her mama here. I don't know what's going on, but they are me." Oh, girl, it'd be so funny. They're like, "We saw Mary and her mama, y'all. They up the summer."
Funny.
Uh,
Miss Marie,
girl,
you are have everybody captivated now. Thank God for you, Mary. And
thank God for you.
well, there comes struggles with this kind of stuff. Things that I do and challenges. But it's the community of what I was um, brought into
Hmm.
that really captivates my heart. Sometimes if we don't have each other, we could fall short so many times. And it's so good to have other people that you can really call on,
Hmm.
and talk to about those personal things that you can't share on
Right.
social media. Because there are things that some of us need other people,
Yeah.
that have these experiences that go through the caregiver part, whether it's a disabled child we
Hmm.
have or whether it's a family member we're caring for,
Hmm. Hmm.
So, and
Absolutely.
when you talk about a village, that's how we grew up too. My mom never had daycare and all of that.
Mhm.
It was always family. My grandmothers
Exactly.
and my aunt always, looked out for us when my mom and dad was working.
Hmm.
But it takes a village too to continue to keep us up and going, and being able to have that other person to talk to that can relate or understand.
Hmm.
That's where Kelly's Choice come in, because there's a lot of networking that goes on with Kelly's Choice as well. When we have the galas, my hopes is always is someone in that audience that we just don't know that's going through something that need to hear somebody else's story
Yeah.
or testimony or journey that they're going through when they get up to receive their award and talk have that moment to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I
Exactly.
always believe. That's what I always
Mm-hmm.
believe.
Yeah.
Connection, balance,
Yeah.
bridge the gap,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, get to
Yeah.
know other people.
Other people. And
Mhm.
I that's what I really admired about the gala that you had every year. It gave us an opportunity to network
Network. Hmm.
and and get to know other each other you know journey in terms of as being a caregiver,
Yes.
even if it was no more than just a listening ear,
Right.
and
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, yeah, it was that, and then the pandemic came, so hopefully
I'll be
we
back
finally
next year.
get that going again
I'll
too.
be back next year.
Okay,
2023,
great.
we'll be back. I already been planning and
Okay, great,
yes,
great,
everything. I'm gonna do everything. Starting 23, I'm 2023. I'll be
great,
back with everything I've done. The fashion
fantastic.
show. Listen, that was the fashion show. Y'all was all queued up in the fashion
Yeah,
show.
yeah. When we did the fashion show at the what was it? Is it
What's that center? The
the Kroger or the Kroger
Croc
Center?
Center. The Croc
Croc
Center.
Center, Croc Center. Yeah, we
Yeah,
did the
yeah.
fashion. Remember we did the fashion show?
Uh,
Yeah. You always had something going on. We did the fashion show, the gala. Oh, that was
Yeah.
so much fun.
I have
Really.
the cerebral palsy conference. I do that live up the street as well. And
Yeah.
so there's a lot of things that I'm coming back. I will be back 2023. And this pandemic actually gave me a lot of time to really think about things
Right, right.
and just plan a little different and
Hmm.
actually just allow me to see if I really want to continue to do it or not, to be honest. So
Oh, yes. It's
yeah.
necessary. It's needed, really.
It is, and that's why I'm back on radio. So,
Good.
and TV, and so everything I do now is on show up on my Roku, Fire TV. It's Roku, Fire, Apple, and Android TV.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
those will be posted. It will be on demand as well. And so I'm still learning on how to work that as well. And
Mhm.
it's also a platform where if people want to have their own TV show, I can
Mm.
offer that to them as well.
Oh,
So
that's great. That's
yeah,
great. Because I remember even when we came to your studio was in Portsmouth, it was my mom and I
yeah,
and
hmm,
Glenda and her mom.
yeah,
You
yeah,
had us on the radio.
yeah.
You and your husband was interviewed. I remember. Oh
I
wow, those were so much.
enjoyed that. I
Yes,
thoroughly enjoyed that. A
yeah,
video
yeah.
just recently came up and some pictures, and we took some pictures and everything, and all of that. So this, like I said, this is what keeps me going,
Right,
and
right,
it pushed
right.
me to go back into it again.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but I'm
Well,
not,
you
mommy.
see?
Mama is Mama Marie. Mama Marie, you tired now, but you be on
No,
that
oh, she
TikTok late
meditate,
at
girl.
night.
No, she ain't sleep. She ain't sleeping. She
Oh, she
plotting.
didn't sleep. Oh, okay,
She
so I'm gonna say,
meditating on something.
I know
She
she
ain't
be
sleep.
up
Them
chatting with the
bionic ears,
folks.
girl. Them bionic ears, dog. She ain't sleep at all. She playing possum. Shoot. She playing possum, child.
So, Mama Marie, Mama Marie, I appreciate you and thank God for your journey of 101. And when
She
is your
said she
birthday?
appreciate you, mama. Huh?
When is your birthday, Miss
Mom,
May?
when is your birthday?
London,
When is your birthday?
London is the 22nd of February,
What year?
1921.
Spell February, mama.
Have the FNDRUFOY.
All
Correct.
right now, Miss Marie, that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. February. Okay, so 102 in February.
Yes.
Wow.
And you know what? I don't, even though my mom is, she has, you know, limits as she's gotten older. But I try not to, I mean, I know I don't treat her like she's handicapped.
And
I
you
look at her,
shouldn't.
yeah.
You
I look
shouldn't.
at what I look at her every day, and even sometimes I get the doctor to order virtual physical therapy. I said, we need some physical therapy. We need some stretches. We need, and he orders it, and she orders it. I mean, and always, I mean, all of her doctors, thank God, and one of them has retired. And so I told Mama, I said, you know what, they can't work forever, but they are jewels. I mean, anytime I need something, they order it, like,
Yeah.
you know, they order, like I said, okay, well, I need a nutrition, you know, let's get back to seeing what we can do to add to, you know, your diet, you know,
Mhm.
because, and then, you know, as far as like exercise, or I mean, it's like you know, so when she gets up, you know, to walk, I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, let's stand up straight, let's hold your chin. I know she gets
Yeah, yeah,
tired.
yeah.
But she's determined. She still walks with her
Right,
walker.
right,
I just stay
right,
behind her, but she
right.
still gets up, and she's still, you still walking, right, Mama?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still
I
walking.
know
Yes,
that's
she
right.
is. Yes,
Well,
indeed.
Mary, um, leave a word of encouragement to all caregivers, male, female, young, old, from your experience and your mom of 101 years old. Just leave something that just will touch the lives of so many. And when you finish that, for the caregivers, send something, a message to society that just don't understand the journey.
Send a message.
Send a message to society, because some people just don't understand the sacrifices that's made,
Yeah.
and you know, even even send a message to society, to those in society that don't understand the importance of those handicapped parking spaces.
Yeah. Look, girl. I look for look. Sometimes I'll be looking like, did this person drive up here? Do they really have a handicap? They wreck. I need that spot.
Well, because we do have to understand that not all
Yeah.
handicap is visible, or disabilities is visible, but
Yes.
those that really don't need
Sometimes
it,
it's not right. Exactly.
right? Like I
Exactly.
have the placard,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I won't use it unless it's extremely
Extremely.
necessary.
Yeah.
Because if I'm
Yeah.
not taking Kelly out the car, I still
Right.
want it though, because she can be
Exactly.
close to where I can see her while
Mm-hmm.
I, or I could run in and run out, and but she's right
Mm-hmm.
there,
Right. Exactly.
So it's. I mean, though I'm saying too, as far as those people that like block the spaces, and I don't think society. Do y'all hear me? I don't think y'all understand this. Like, do y'all hear me? So those that don't have to worry about a handicap parking space, how important it is for individuals that do need that space, that those that block the cars, those that
Mm-hmm.
park in the parking space, the spaces
Mm-hmm.
that have the stripes on it, and those that have vans with the lifts on the side, and how y'all
Mm-hmm.
blocking it. Like, do y'all really
Really.
understand?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that truly, um, you could be in that position one day,
Right.
whether you
Exactly.
take care of someone else or yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, because things happen in seconds. Like, so don't underestimate the community
Right.
that needs these
Exactly.
things. Oh,
Exactly.
and for y'all contractors out there, that maybe some family members, or is some of y'all listening that know somebody that's a contractor that's building churches and building office and medical buildings, and think about a real family restroom, like a real true family restroom, especially
Right.
people that's building those medical offices. We
Right.
need we
Exactly.
need true family restrooms, like
It too.
to really.
Exactly.
And if y'all
Right.
gonna build a stall, make it a stall where you can have a companion
A
and someone to
companion.
help you.
Right.
So I'm
Exactly.
just feeling some stuff right now, because it's needed. You got family members that take care of their elderly, and you got
Mm-hmm.
family members that take care of those with disabilities, and you
Mm-hmm.
have those with disabilities that need that space, that may
Mm-hmm.
be in a wheelchair, that need to turn around
You better turn
properly.
around.
So just a little
Exactly.
something to decide to just throw in there real quick, you know.
Exactly. So
Because
yeah, yeah, my
yeah.
message, I believe that, it's a calling. It really is a true calling for to be a caregiver. Um, and it's not something you just, you sign up for. Um, uh, or you can go to school for. I mean, you can get some of the tools to, assist you,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody knows when they're going to end up being in that position,
Right.
especially full time. And because it's not something that you know, my mom and dad always taught us, one of the 10 commandments, honor thy mother and father so that your days will be. And so that resonates with me in terms of this is a part of me honoring my mom.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, I was doing this when I was living in Richmond. When my mom
Oh,
went in the hospital, I told my job, look, you do what you gotta do. I got to go. My mama can't. Huh? And I one
oh,
time my mom went in the hospital. She was in there for like, I don't know, a month. And I stayed in there. I left my job. I used, the family medical leave.
right.
And I slept on a cot that entire month until when she went
Okay.
in, I went in with her. When she came out, I came out with her. So it's just a different, it's like I said, I believe it's a calling.
It's a calling.
And you
That's
have to
good.
you have to see it as a passion, not
Okay.
as, like a job or whatever, because otherwise you won't make it.
Oh, good stuff. Good
You
stuff.
won't make it.
I believe
And
that.
don't hesitate, huh?
I believe that, or otherwise you won't be able to make it. I
You
believe
won't
that.
be able to make it. If it wasn't a passion where, if you have that passion of that and love, and then not that you don't love your loved ones, but
Right.
it's just like my siblings. It's nine of
Mhm.
us, and we all grew up in the same household. We all saw our parents take care of their parents,
Mhm.
but I feel that when times have the way that they grew up and their type of a community is not the same community that we have today,
Right.
which
Right.
changed kind of the dynamics. And
Mhm.
so yeah, so you have to improvise. You have to, like, really, reach out and don't hesitate to ask for help. um
Right.
you know,
That
that's
part.
a that's a pet peeve that I have to, kind of overcome. Sometimes
I
I
think
just
all of
like
us.
try to do it myself. But and with my siblings, they do their part. Our priorities, we grow up with our own personality, and I feel that my siblings' love from my mom is mine is not, it's not more or less
Right.
than mine.
Okay.
It's that they do what their part is
Mhm.
still needed,
Yeah.
and it's just like I said, I'm the chosen one. There's always a chosen one, as people
Always
say,
a chosen
it's
one.
it's not, yeah.
Yeah.
It's that old saying, there is a chosen one. So, and I'm the chosen one. So, and
Wow, 9 kids and you're the chosen one. Isn't that something? Wow. And that's
yeah.
something I know a lot of people probably wonder, like, if there's so many children, why you?
Why
Like, why
me?
you?
Yeah.
Why you the only one that's always there? Why you?
And
You know?
I've asked that to myself sometimes, even when I
Mm,
get stressed. And I was like, why me? Or if I feel like, well, when early on, when I start being my mom's caregiver, it's like, well, we all grew up in the same house, why me? And but I learned over time that, um, why not me?
why not?
Why not me? I love what I'm doing. And I believe that my father, it's like your parents know each of their children, right? They
They
know
do.
them. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I believe that my father knew that I would be the one.
Wow. But
Yeah.
that
I
is
believe that
true. They do.
they groom you in certain ways,
or
Yeah,
you become a certain way, and then we as adults realize each one and the
yeah,
strong and weakness of
it's
each
strong.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
good. Good
So,
stuff. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you. Well,
yeah.
thank you, Queen Marie, Mother
Mom,
Marie.
Edwina said thank you.
Oh, no, 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 mother, mother.
Thank you. And I'll be back. I'll be stopping by again one day. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all how crazy I am. So we take that shortcut sometimes. And if
Oh,
y'all ever hear a horn blowing out front your door and keep going, that might be me.
that's you. We hear horns blowing sometime. That's you, Edwina. You know, I told you somebody would be blowing going by.
Ah,
That's Edwina blowing.
I get past the house, I'll be like,
That's right.
yeah,
I love it. I love it.
that's
Yes.
my touch. That's y'all always gotta be married. I'll tell you, if I stop by, I'm like, y'all were laid on my spirit and I
Thank
gotta
you.
stop. So those are those times when I just
You
pop up.
do. Yeah, you sure do. You sure do. Edwina be
I
out there. She said the God laid on my heart to stop by, see,
am.
you see, check on y'all. You
That's what I
do.
do.
Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, and I thank you for it. And I'm
Yes,
grateful for you.
yes. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to continue to stay connected, and
Yes.
I definitely wanted to get y'all journey, especially Mama being 101. We're going to stay in touch with y'all. Of course, I'll be riding by or stop by,
Yeah.
stop by, and
Thank you.
just keep up with y'all because I just adore it so much, and I
Thank you.
just adore y'all, and just your sacrifice, Marie. I mean, Mary, just your sacrifice.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
Bless you.
we're gonna end this, but we're gonna have an update around your birthday, Mama, and
She said we're gonna come back and have an update around your birthday.
hundred
Yeah,
and
I'm trying to think of what I want to
oh,
do.
let
See, my
me.
mother, she loved. Look, Mom, do Michael. Girl, Michael Jackson was living. I would have him on my mama 102nd birthday. Look, watch this. Watch this, Edwina. Mom, do Michael Jackson. She
Mama
loves
Marie. I
Michael
tell
Jackson.
you something else.
She loves Michael Jackson. So, really I'm thinking about, she likes this artist, Jeanette Harris. She's a saxophonist. Girl, she sings with that saxophone. And
Oh,
then
okay.
another young lady, I think her name is Renee, Athelia Renee. She
Mm-hmm.
plays flute, and they travel together. And they've been here a couple of times to the jazz festival.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I wanted have something like that, for her 102nd birthday. Yeah.
That
Pray
would
that
be
all is well.
nice.
Yeah.
I like
Because
those type of things. I like those type of things. I always have a violinist or a
yeah,
saxophonist or so. I
yeah,
just love the sound.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
whenever people coming in and you hear
yeah.
that beautiful sound
Mhm,
and
mhm.
so forth.
Yeah,
My show.
yeah,
So I'm getting ready for that too. Who's going to be coming along with us next year? So
yeah.
I'm planning.
Exactly,
Hopefully we can
exactly.
get Eric Taylor to come back because he was awesome.
Yeah, we normally get Eric Taylor too, when we would have the Hobson Village reunions and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Blessings
So
to Edwina and the M&M ladies.
Mom, they said blessings to Edwina and the M&M ladies.
All
Oh,
right, I got her.
Thank you. Thank you, B.
thank
I met
Yes.
her. I met her a few years ago. I found out that Anetha was sick at one point. We still have a condition, and her daughter was taking care of her. So I reached out to her daughter. Her daughter said, "Nope, it's not me. It's my other sister." So, but
Mm,
her sister was in California at the time. So Anetha came to receive the award on behalf of her daughter, but she got to share a little bit of her story. And these are the things that people just don't see and don't know because everything
mhm.
is not visible.
Yeah, it's
Everything
not
is not
visible.
visible.
Yeah,
Those one of those behind the scenes things as well that people just don't know and don't
don't
understand.
know. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
don't know
Yeah.
what you're going through.
Mm-mm. I just, I, the when the storm comes, it's like I pray God just, pass the storm over
Pass the
because
storm.
I don't want to, be without electricity. When you have an elderly parent, or just like with your daughter, when the
Mm-hmm.
lights go out during a storm, it's like, phew, you know what I mean? Those kind of
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
and
yeah.
but God still, finds a way to just, have mercy and grace on us,
That part
Yeah.
right there. That
Mhm.
part right there.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
forever, every day grace and mercy, man.
Yes, grace and
Even
mercy.
in them times we didn't even deserve it. What?
Yeah,
It was still right there, right?
still right there. Still
Yeah.
right there. I'm telling you. Yes,
Well,
indeed.
Mother Marie,
Ma.
I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go, and Miss Mary
She
going
said
to
she gonna
go.
let you go so you get something to Gary eating on her mind right now. She
I see,
said
I see.
eating
But
on your
thank
mind right
you.
now, ain't it, mama? It's time to what?
Listen, I'm gonna,
It's time to
time to
eat.
eat. I'm gonna get me one of them shirts, and I'm gonna hang out with y'all one day.
Yes, don't forget to go vote. Hang out with us, Lockwood for school board.
I got to have Lockwood back on one more time before the election.
Huh?
So I
You'll be
gotta have, yeah. I
you
said I
gonna
gotta
have her
have
on
Lockwood
again?
back on
Oh,
one more day
good.
before the election. Yeah.
Good. I mean, it's so important because, and I can speak for, the reason why my mom says it's so important, because my mother in 1963, she was one of the first parent to send her children to the integrated school, embrace integration. So and we're all a product, my siblings, 9 of us are product of public schools. And
Hmm.
so, with Karima Lockwood, she's running as a parent and see that there's a need, and has 4 kids, and that are a product of public school. And so, with the candidates that are running, um with, I think her name is Kim Slingluff, she homeschools her kids.
Okay.
And so, we look at, and even my mom has sent the letter to the editor, and she had some thoughts, and I wrote them down, in
Hmm.
terms of, it's nothing wrong with homeschooling your kids or sending your kids to private school, but when you want to represent, you know,
How do
a
you really know?
yeah, how would you know if you have your
You
kids.
don't utilize it.
Yeah, and
Right.
so and then we found out that that there is a concerted effort amongst even Republicans. They have organized these political action committees where they're heavily funding. They've raised over $1 million in heavily funding local school board elections all over the state, not just here in Virginia. Yeah, because they want to abolish the 1619 project, which the 1619 project is when, the slaves came,
Hmm.
first landed here, at Fort Monroe. And they also want to uh uh you know take, and that gives our, our children, you know, um an opportunity to learn about their ancestors'
Okay.
history.
Right.
And it's not, teaching them about racism. It's about American history, and it's about, educating, our children about blacks who have made contributions to, American history, which
Right.
is so important. And I think it allows, all children to be on the same playing field, because we have we have embraced and have always been taught about US history and about, you
Hmm.
know, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, all of those who
Hmm.
made contribution to American history. But
Right.
little do we know about the legacy of slavery and
Hmm.
about our ancestors' history. And I believe that education is just like a medication. It's just
It,
like medicine.
it's
It's therapy.
definitely key. That's for sure.
Yeah, and education is therapy
Yeah.
to our spirituality.
Yeah.
And I think it's necessary. So I'm hoping that everybody gets out, and vote for Lockwood because she has a special need daughter,
Okay.
and she's representing all children,
She's right, right,
all
right.
children,
Yeah,
that are products of Suffolk Public School. So
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
so we're gonna be can
Lockwood,
right,
Lockwood, all right, Virginia, Lockwood,
Lockwood,
Virginia,
Lockwood for
Lockwood is on
support.
board.
When what and what date? What's the day for election, Mama? November what? Say it. That's right.
That's it,
Election,
November the
November
8th.
the 8th. That's right.
I gotta call Karima when I get off, and I gotta talk to her real quick.
Positive
Be
Mhm.
positive,
and not negative.
and not
But
negative.
if you're negative, you fall for
You're
anything.
negative, you fall for anything.
Yes, Mama. Very good.
And if you're positive, you stand tall. I got you. I
Oh,
got
she's doing
you.
Michael Jackson.
You.
No, she's doing Michael Jackson. Do Michael Jackson, Mama. Do Michael Jackson.
I just love you, Mama Marie.
She
I
said,
just love
Edwina
you.
said she love you, Mama.
I love it.
She said she love you too. Oh,
Right. Well,
all righty.
y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I'll
Same
be
to you.
back there so I can hang out with y'all with Lockwood one day this week, maybe this
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
And we'll see y'all back come February. Unless something come up that we want to talk about.
All right.
Other than that, it's going to be February
Okay.
for 102.
So she'll see you in February for 102, Mama.
Alright.
102. Oh, 102. Wow. You're so
Energy, I'm telling you.
blessed. Such a
Yeah,
blessing
blessing. This every day.
every day.
This every day. She's
I
like,
know, and
what's on the
be on
agenda?
social media with the folks in the evening.
You'll see her on TikTok.
She on TikTok, y'all. Okay, leave a message on how they can follow you all on social media and so forth. And if somebody want to send a blessing,
Yes. My mom's TikTok page is Queen Marie Hill 100, and her cash app is $ 1921H, the letter H for Hill in small letter. So we telling them about your TikTok page and
Yeah.
how they can be a blessing to you. And I
okay,
said, told them
cash
about
app
your
is
cash
what?
app.
What's the cash app again?
It's a $ 1921H, the letter H, small letter H for
Oh,
Hill.
I put a capital letter H. It'll still go through.
Yeah,
1921.
that's her birthday, which the year she was born. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So
All
they
right.
gonna
Well,
send
y'all,
you some blessings, Mama.
Oh, what bad thing
listen. All right, social media, Facebook. We do not own the rights to this music, but we're going to end it with this here, and it's just a short version. But this is what I want to play right here, real quick. This is what we're going to end with.
You hear that music, Mama?
Yeah.
I'm blessed. Yes. Blessed. Hear the music?
Yeah.
It's Edwina playing it.
Just a little quick, short clip.
It's a song saying I'm blessed.
All right, Facebook again. That's for entertainment purposes only. We do not own the rights to that, so please don't clip us out.
I know, right?
Thank you,
Please.
y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of
Thank
your
you.
day, and we'll be talking soon.
Love
I'll be
you.
seeing y'all soon as well.
Yes.
And Kelly yelling too.
Hi, Kelly. We
Kelly got
love
her bird, her
you.
and her bird in there.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. We've been watching her and her bird.
I gotta put the video up. I have not put the video up yet either. So I gotta put the video up of her parakeet, as they
And
told me
Keith.
at the store. Parakeet. One of her social media friends that's been following us for years. Her and her family came from Columbia, South Carolina, and brought her the parakeet for
Oh,
her.
that's sweet. That is
Yes.
so
And we
sweet.
hung out Saturday out Virginia Beach and just had a nice, great time and
Yeah.
everything. And it's so good when you could put faces with social media, actually just meet some of the people,
Right.
being safe about it, but you get to learn families as you go
Yeah.
along and know who you can go to and who you can't go to,
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
So, because,
Yeah. That's
nowadays you really got to be careful.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
All
All
right. Well,
righty.
y'all enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll be seeing
And
y'all
bye,
soon.
Mama.
Love you. Take
And
care.
bye.
Bye.
Bye
Blow a
bye.
kiss. Blow a kiss. Blow a kiss. All
Okay.
right,
Y'all take
Edwina.
care. Bye
You
bye.
too. Bye bye.